We're still on part 2 of series 1 for empirical evidence for how to detox from depression. The first series is about first understanding the soul and the forces. By understanding the things of above, you'll be able to understand the things of below. So first, you need to understand your soul is supernatural and filled with forces, and then you can understand how to move on the physical plane in order to navigate life into self-actualization for you. Everyone cannot reach the same level of self-actualization because we do live in a competitive world. We don't live in a world of spiritual harmony. And as long as there's competition, there'll always be limitations to each person's personal growth because forces will continue to be in dialogue, forces will continue to be at war. And as long as they're at war, we're also engaged in a supernatural energy field of shifting energies. And all we can do is put our best foot forward, navigate life circumstances, and build the best life possible within our own little environments. So welcome back to Empirical Evidence. Let's pick up where we left off. Depression is self-recognition of bad energy. I didn't say dark, light, positive, or negative. Those terms don't apply to depression. Depression is simply bad energy. It occurs in the mental part of the soul when the soul itself, remember the soul is heart and mind, register that the following has occurred. You as a person is off balance with your natural energy field. So if a high level energy person is shoved into a low energy environment, they will become off balance. If a low energy person or someone who uses all their energy internally, such as a monastic, a monk, or a contemplative person, gets shoved into a high energy environment where everything is moving all the time and the senses are overstimulated everywhere so that the person cannot continually realign internally, they will get challenged with depression. Not always. It depends on many other factors, but that's just two small examples of making sure your soul energy is in alignment with the harmony of the external environment. So many immigrants can come into a new world, not the new world, a new environment. And what ends up happening is that it's a shift in energy. It's different rules. It's different ways of interacting. The communities externally are different. Their principles are different. And we experience that shift. And I said we experience that shift because I consider myself a part of the global world, and I went to high school filled with many immigrants. I worked with many immigrants, and from everywhere from Greece, Lebanon, Kenya, Honduras, Jamaica, El Salvador, Brazilians, and they will tell you these are highly communal people that also feel energy, and they know when something is off. They feel when the environment itself shifts, because even with all the challenges, when you're in a community and you've learned how to be in harmony with the energies of your community, and you step into a world where those energies or forces are not for you, you do feel it. And if it comes at you too often, it registers. The brainwaves change and you can feel depression creeping in. Another way of saying it is, I'm not in harmony with my personal needs and my environment or the people around me. People of high or low energies, cultures of high or low energies, can experience depression. Everyone in the world was built for community. Everyone. And communities vibrate at different power levels. Power is a force. When people seek power, what they're really seeking are the forces. People who have power internally, that is a high level force. Forces cannot be manipulated. Forces are power. That's what they carry, that's what they hold. They hold electrical charge. So when you go through depression or you meet someone who is going through depression, just realize that their body is telling them that their forces within them are not aligned. Now, why aren't their forces are aligned? That's an entirely different anthropological topic. Forces within a person can be misaligned for many reasons. And I'm not going to be able to go into that right now. But if that's something you want to hear about, feel free to leave a comment below this blog and say, hey, I want to know a little bit more about what causes forces to not be aligned. Why do some communities, go through depression for a long time? That's a very, very extensive and long topic because it is entirely about spiritual oppression. And spiritual oppression is about the entire Old through New Testament. You're talking about more than 1,500 pages worth of collective studies on forces at war that cause energy shifts in the mind, sometimes for life, sometimes temporarily. It all depends on if you have what you need to get back well.